I'm Jenna Schaffer with the news. The Dubois County Health Department is reporting 21 additional cases of COVID-19. 11 of these cases were reported on Saturday, 8 on Sunday, and 2 were confirmed today on Monday. This brings the county's total to 626 positive cases and 12 deaths. Out of these 626 positive cases, 367 have recovered. This means that they are out of isolation and are reporting as feeling well. Approximately 5,019 residents have been tested for the virus. And as always, remember to practice social distancing, wear a face mask, and wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Indiana's COVID-19 numbers have been updated. Now, as of Monday afternoon, the Indiana State Department of Health is reporting 2,780 deaths, 68,433 positive cases, and 775,482 individuals have been tested for the virus. Here are the numbers for our viewing area. Starting off with Dubois, we've got 626 cases and 12 deaths. Pike, 46 cases. Spencer, 114 cases, 3 deaths. Perry with 175 cases, 12 deaths. Martin has 42 cases. Davies has 246 cases and 19 deaths. Orange with 164 cases and 24 deaths. Knox with 131 cases. Crawford with 42. Posey with 158. Lawrence has 328 cases and 27 deaths. Gibson, 200 cases, 4 deaths. Warwick, 516 cases, 30 deaths. And Vanderburgh has 1,726 cases and 12 deaths. Now, to see a map of cases by county, at in.gov/ISDH. Keep an eye on your mailbox. Hundreds of Americans across the country are receiving unsolicited packages from China and parts of the Middle East. Many of these packages are labeled as jewelry or other small items. But instead of opening and finding a necklace or earrings, small bags of seeds are discovered inside. An educator at the Purdue Extension Office of Dubois County, Ken X, says a Huntingburg resident received a mystery package late last week.
We're from China and Uzbekistan both, and they are both sent to the same person. One was for earrings, one said electronic components on the outside, but inside was just a very small package of seeds.
Although many are curious to know what type of seeds they are, X says planting them could have devastating effects on the environment.
It's just not safe to do, and it can cause really a major environmental and agricultural problem if somebody does let some of these seeds loose. This is a very serious threat for Indiana, again, for environmental, for forestry, for some of the row crops we have here, and we just don't want to have another problem starting in this already interesting year of 2020.
Eck explains what not to do if these seeds come to your mailbox.
To throw them in the garbage because they may have a tear in their garbage bag when it's picked up. Those seeds can be spread, and then we have a new invasive species that'll cost millions of dollars to fight in Indiana and Dubois County. So we don't really want them to dispose of them. We'd like to have them so we can trace them, identify them, but then also properly dispose of them.
But there are 3 options to safely get rid of them. The first option is mailing them to the USDA APHIS PPQ State Plant Health Director Nick Johnson at 3059 North Morton Street in Franklin, Indiana at 46131. The second option is calling the Indiana DNR Division of Entomology and Plant Pathology at 866-663-9684. If these options don't work, Eck also says you can drop them off at the Purdue Extension Office of Dubois County at 1482 Executive Boulevard, Suite A on the east side of Jasper. For more information, you can either call the local Extension office at 812-482-1782 or visit extension.purdue.edu. Several people stood against the rain this weekend to speak out about something they believe in. A rally against the MidState's corridor project took place on Saturday morning. Many held signs regarding concerns for their family properties, response from local officials, as well as the impact the project may have on the local economy. A vocal member of the group who took action was Jasper resident and Democratic candidate for State Representative District 63, Teresa Kendall. Kendall pointed out that each route would have, in her opinion, a negative effect on the community.
And many people realize now that it's going to take their farms, it's going to take their homes. If it comes through the middle of Jasper or Huntingburg or Lagodi, it will wipe out businesses. If it goes to the east of this area of Dubois County, it's going to go through the Hoosier National Forest. I don't think this is a road that we need. I don't think it's a road that anybody wants, and it's going to cost too much. It's going to cost billions of dollars to build this road, and now's not the time to do it, but we need to put a stop to it.
Kendall says that instead of building a Mid-States corridor, roads that are already built like I-64, I-65, and I-69 should be used. Kendall also made note that people could lose more than just their homes or land if the Mid-States corridor goes through.
There are farmers who have family burial plots. And what do? I mean, do they dig it up and move them? Which I know that's an option. That's what happened with 69. That's what happened with 465 around Indianapolis. Actually, family burial plots had to be dug up and moved. So there's nothing about a road that should be taken lightly. You have to have a very serious consideration. You have to think long and hard. And again, it goes back to putting people before the politics. People that are affected should have a lot more say-so in whether they need this or they want it.
Kendall is running against Republican State Representative for District 63 incumbent Shane Lindauer this November. To learn more about the Mid-States Corridor project, visit midstatescorridor.com. The Latino community in Dubois County will have a chance to speak up at a special forum this week. The Latino Collaboration Table of Dubois County is hosting a community forum tomorrow on Tuesday, August 4th at 6 p.m. on YouTube. Topics that will be discussed include the county's response to the COVID-19 pandemic, reopening schools, and recent changes in immigration policies. Community leaders that are going to be speaking at the event are Huntingburg Mayor Denise Spinner, Huntingburg City Council member Jose Dubois, Vice President of Velasi Iber Menavar, and others. You can send questions during the presentation at DuboisCountyLCT@gmail.com. If you enjoy dove hunting, then make sure you don't fly away from this story. The wildlife management staff at Patoka Lake will be doing 2 separate in-person drawings for 2 controlled morning dove hunting opportunities. The drawings will take place September 1st at 6 a.m. at the Archery Range Shelter House in Newton Stewart State Recreation Area. The first drawing will be for a staked position in a controlled dove hunt field for hunters between the ages of 12 and 17. Youth participating in this drawing will be required to show proof of their youth hunting license and must have a parent or guardian with them while they hunt. The second drawing will be for a staked position in a standard controlled dove hunt field. Around 15 to 20 staked positions are expected to be drawn, and there is a maximum of 2 firearms per stake allowed. Hunters are reminded to have their proper licenses, stamps, and their federal HIP number. Hunters should call the Indiana Conservation Officers at 812-837-9536 if they have specific questions on any laws, statutes, and rules. Anybody interested in the drawing should call the Patoka Lake main office between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. at 812-685-2464. The Red Cross is encouraging people to donate blood and plasma. Right now, the American Red Cross has an emergency shortage of convalescent plasma. Convalescent plasma is plasma that is collected from patients who have recovered from an infection and have antibodies that might help fight that infection. People who have gotten a verified COVID-19 diagnosis as well as fully recovered from the virus are urged to sign up to give convalescent plasma now by completing the donor eligibility form at redcrossblood.org/plasma for COVID. The Red Cross is also looking for people to give blood. To give blood, visit redcrossblood.org, call 1-800-RED-CROSS, use the Blood Donor app, or use the blood donor skill on any Alexa Echo device. And we'll take a look at your weather forecast when we come back on 18 WJTS.